Hi, I'm Steve Smyth from Forbidden. I'm going to share some insights on phrasing with you today and some of my personal favorites and inspirations. So this is the solo to the song Gigs Eviction from Vicious Rumors from the Cyberchrist record, came out in 1998, a little while ago. I love this solo just for the phrasing, the way that it kind of came up. It's based around an E key center, but I kind of move a little bit through some different looks at basically other things. Pentatonic is put in there as well as Lydian, and a little bit of a dominant hint as well too. Lydian dominant hint, that is. In this song, I'm thinking in E for the solo, but we're actually tuned to C sharp standard, and that tuning from low to high is C sharp, F sharp, B, E, G sharp, and C sharp. So in this first phrase, what I'm doing is I'm basically doing an extended arpeggio, slightly extended. It's basically a major 9, and it comes off feeling like a major pentatonic when I'm playing it. I'll show you what I mean. And yeah, basically what I'm playing is the root, sliding into the 3rd, going to the 5th, going to the 7th, up to the 9th. And then on the next part of the phrase, this is kind of beginning the next part of the phrase, but really I'm just adding in the 3rd again and the 5th one more time. So at this point, the chord is kind of building up. We've gone from basically the short breaks into more of a kind of a groove, backbeat groove. And we finished out the first phrase. The 9, major 9 arpeggio, and then I go into the second phrase, which is basically a Lydian type of idea, and I'm pedaling off of the E as I go through that, and I kind of end up at the basically at the 9 up on top there. So. The inspiration for the phrasing within this solo, I kind of found through the lyrical content. Basically, the song is about witnessing someone being evicted from their home, and they were already homeless in the first place. It's kind of a long, complicated story, but this poor guy just kind of witnessing what happened to him that day, and seeing everything happen, and just the look in his eye, and sensing the feeling of frustration from him. Kind of to me reflected in the solo that I came up with for this. It's a climbing up in terms of octaves, I guess. Theoretically we could say that we're moving up in octaves. We're changing keys just slightly as we go through this as well. So there's just kind of a mixture of things happening, and then it finally just finishes with a great big anger bit. So leading into the key change, when we go from E down to E flat, basically I did a little arpeggio here, and right there I end up on the 5th of the new chord as we go through that. So. Through that whole set of phrases right there, I'm basically playing Mixolydian in kind of my own way of doing it. A couple of trills, little vibe right there between the root and the flat 5. Then a little sus4 in there. Then bending off of that and getting down to the 3rd. That's pretty much those phrases there. Now we're getting to the climax part of this, and this is where I've got this run that's basically more or less Lydian as I go through. Until I get to the key change, I'm going to switch back to Mixolydian, kind of my own approach again through Mixolydian. I like to play like different phrases. I'll talk about that in a second, but I'll go ahead and play the legato phrase that comes here. And this is kind of the look I saw in this guy's eyes and how this reflected like this. So this legato phrase, what I'm doing is I'm basically climbing up through a Lydian idea. I'm kind of playing from the mode Dorian as I go through that as far as position when I'm playing through it. But I do climb up. I do a little bit of a linear approach, and then I bring it back down, finishing at the root of the next key as we get there. So here's the phrase slow. This next phrase, more or less, is a Mixolydian phrase, kind of descending. I always like to play my modes a little bit more box pattern like, so this is where I'm kind of getting this from. And when I'm playing this particular phrase right here, it's more built on an arpeggio, so I'm kind of addressing chord tones, and that's a big thing I think about, to me, what constitutes good phrasing. And not always good phrasing from everyone, I mean, but it's one of those things that you hear a lot of people hit, and that's things that draw people in. Gives you a really just good foundation, something to grab onto and say, okay, I'm with you, I'm right there with you.